Welcome to the eCenter clustering tutorial. eCenter provides redundancies for the following components: controllers, power supply, 1 gigabit network interface, 10 gigabit internal network interface, RAID 5, 6, and 10, operating system, and eCenter services. The eCenter clustering system is a dual controller system with dual power supply, dual external 1 gigabit NICs, dual internal 10 gigabit NICs, and RAID 5, 6, and 10. 3 PCIe slots are available to host additional HBAs or NICs. The eCenter operating system is loaded on an internal 16 GB SATA DOM. The eCenter management console provides all the tools needed to configure and manage the cluster. To view the cluster configuration, click on the Clusters node. The Properties panel displays the overall status of the cluster and the active controller. Controller 1 is currently active and healthy. Both controllers are up and running. The Settings tab displays the IP configuration of the cluster. The system used for this tutorial is made up of a single clustered site. One storage pool was created with a single CIFS share. The share can be accessed from any Windows-based client. An administrator can restart a cluster, shut it down, or switch the active node. Let's switch the active node. This is typically required when you need to perform any type of software or hardware maintenance on a controller. When switching over, the share is inaccessible for a very short period of time. The switchover completed. Controller 2 is now the active controller. The share is now accessible. In case of a hardware failure, failover is automatic. To simulate a hardware failure, we will now pull controller 2 out of the chassis. eCenter automatically detects that controller 2 is no longer available and switches over to controller 1. The eCenter console displays warning signs indicating that a controller is down. The share is accessible with minimal downtime. We will now reinsert controller 2 into the chassis. eCenter automatically detects that the controller is back online. Both controllers are now up and running. This completes the eCenter clustering tutorial.